Okay, I'd like to talk about reflecting on 35 years of the museum business, why the experience in Boston was unparalleled. And I have vague theories about all of this. But now, late in my career, as I start to talk about what's the quality of leadership, I reflect back on that wonderful time. It was the most wonderful, personally enriching professional time of my life. And it was so, I think, because there was a respect about the humanity of each of the individuals who worked there, which is different than the understanding that we agreed with each other, which we most certainly did not, or that we got along together all the time, which we did not always either. But there was a belief that everybody was bringing something to the table of value, that we could not individually do this ourselves, and that it was truly a collective endeavor in which, regardless of the hierarchy, everyone was bringing something to the table that cumulatively made what we did happen. Now, I've been trying to think about why there and nowhere else, because that's an American ideal. I mean, you would think that everybody wants that, and almost everybody can say that, and it's not true. So here is my vaguely held theory. We were the equivalent of a commune. We were at a time in America when collective action had a brand new and politically viable currency, where the destruction of the single leader and the followers was going on all around us. We were all politically left-wing, as was Michael Spock. And we had each of us individually had a deeply held belief in the value of individuals and the value of inclusion. And we worked desperately hard to make that happen. Our definition of what that meant was different, but we were solidly behind each other about communal and corporate responsibility. We were each other's brothers and sisters. And it was much closer to being a commune than it was at the time a business model. Subsequently, I went out in the business model world, where that certainly was not true. And I came upon the same spirit only once in my working life, and that was in Te Papa in New Zealand. And that had a quality that we had, and that was that we were completely unself-conscious about the model of museums. We didn't care whether we were a museum or not. We cared about what we cared about, and we cared about making it possible to do what we cared about. We took small, logical next steps.